What's going on, everybody? And I'm back with a brand new Euro 2020 fantasy football video. And in this video I'll be rating your drafts that you sent in. So I put up a tweet earlier saying that I will be doing a Euro fantasy video around your drafts. Just reply with a screenshot of your team with some information and I will rate and talk about your teams. So that's it, guys. I'll be rating a selected few people's teams and hopefully I'll be able to get through them all, but not all in this video. I'll have part 2 and maybe part 3 also. So if you'd subscribe, it'd be greatly appreciated, and if you give this video a like. Now let's get straight into it. And the first team is from Elroy, and he said limitless matchday 2, wildcard matchday 3, waiting on confirmed Italy lineup to see if Berardi plays or not. Final draft. So let's see his team. So Danamura in goal, good choice for Italy. They're on a 28 game win streak. They rarely concede goals, so that's a great choice. Denier, Kyer and Malhail. So you've a double Denmark defence, which lots of people are going for. They're expected to get a clean sheet against Finland. And I like the Denier pick at 4.5 million. Nailed on Belgium starter. And he's the cheapest in their whole defence. Now the midfield, you've Berardi, Alaba, Chiesa and Sabitzer. Now my first glance at this, will Chiesa start? At the moment I don't think he will. Him and Berardi are kind of fighting for the same position. So I would possibly think about getting rid of Chiesa, but I like the Berardi pick and Alaba. Sabitzer, 8 million. Expensive, but I like the pick as well. And up front, Depay, Lukaku and Ronaldo. I just love this attack. I have this attack myself at the moment, but my team is not finalised. It looks very dangerous. And on the subs, Batchman, nice cheap goalkeeper, 4.5 million. Pau Torres, another great defender for Spain who are expected to keep clean sheets. Wijnal, 4.5 million. Not sure if he's nailed on yet or not, but he should be if Netherlands play 5 at the back. And Fernan Torres, another great pick. He looks a real threat for Spain. So if I was to make any changes here, I would probably think about Chiesa replacing him. So let's just go into fantasy football. So Chiesa, look, he's 7 million. So if you were to go into midfielders for in the price range of 7 million and under, you have a few options, of course. I wouldn't touch Kente at the moment. He's very defensive. Nego, he's not even starting for Portugal at the moment, but he's just, people are just getting him to have some spare cash. You can have Mount against Croatia. Is he nailed on to start? 50-50. De Jong for Netherlands, personally I wouldn't touch. Rodri's too defensive. Tielemans isn't a bad pick for Belgium. He's involved in lots of goals and assists. Holes, Cruz. Sorry, I just clicked on him there. Jorginho, very defensive as well, but he will be on penalties. Who I like here is Carrasco for 7 million for Belgium, who are playing Russia, and he is expected to start. Now it is a risk also, but of course you can fit him in as well. You've only 2 Belgian players, so I would think about having Carrasco to replace Chiesa. And of course, just to let you know, I would also captain Berardi in that case then, because he is playing on match day 1. And then if he blanks, you can switch the next day and the next day and the next day. Looks like you have your defense set up as well, going by each match day, so you can substitute in and out players as you like. So now let's move on to the next team. And the next team is going to be from Foster. He said, I'm using limitless in match day 2 and might downgrade Torres to Olmo so that I can get Spinazzola in my defense. Planning on getting Gnabry and Yilmaz in match day 3 instead of Alaba and Ronaldo. Not sure yet though. So he's using limitless at match day 2 and he might downgrade Torres to Olmo. So just let's have a look at that team. Sorry. Here it is. Sorry, it's a bit too big. So here it is. So Hadraki in goals, 4.5 million. And of course, Hadraki plays on the second day. They played Denmark. So them keepers are set up correctly as Simon plays later on in the tournament on Monday. And the back denier Kyer and Malhail, same defence as just the last person I reviewed. You've Berardi, Alaba, Mount and Ericsson, Depay, Lukaku, Ronaldo, and same attack as well. So it seems to be a very popular attack. Berardi captain, it's set up, so you have a captain on the first day, I like it. You have Wijnal, like I said, he is a rotation risk at the moment, but he should be nailed on. Just going by the last two games, he is starting most games. Pau Torres and Fernan Torres. Yeah, I really like this squad. It's very strong. You have Ericsson, you have a nice mix of players as well. You have 3 Denmark players, so you have gone hard on the Denmark players, but you did say you're using Limitless in match day 2, so obviously you will be changing your whole team with an unlimited fee. Denier, yeah, I like this team. I wouldn't change much at the moment. They're all nailed on, and I really like it. So yeah, let's move on to the third team. The third player is Ben FPL. He said, I think I'm locked. Not sure. I have the midfield right because interested in your thoughts. Okay. Let's have a look at your team, buddy. And here it is. So in goals, Batchman. Straight away I can see that I will be starting Danamora here instead of Batchman, because Danamora plays on the first day and you can sub him out or you can keep him depending on how he gets on. Likewise with Yilmaz and Selic on your bench, I will be starting both of those as they play on the first day, so get them into your team. Defence, Wijnal, Denier and Melhail, so all 4.5 million. Nego isn't probably going to start for Hungary, and they play Portugal. You're probably having him just to spare some money, but I would definitely put him on the bench and put him as my last player on the bench. Berardi, Insigne, I like the double Italian here. Bale, I haven't seen much of Bale in squads. Could be a trait. They play Switzerland in the first game. Good choice. And Ferran Torres. Likewise, I think England play before Spain, so I would put Fernan Torres on the bench and start Stones. Lukaku and Lewandowski up front, and Lukaku captain. So straight away here, I'm going to take the captain's armband off Lukaku and put it on Insigne, Berardi, Yilmaz, Silic, or Donnarumma. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5 players playing against each other on the first day, so you have a pick of a captaincy option here. I probably would looking at upgrading Nego if you could, maybe to Alaba if you could get an extra 1.5 million somewhere. Yeah, most of this team is nailed on to start as well, so I would just take those options into consideration, especially starting all the Italy and Turkey players as they play first, and you can sub them in and out as you like if you want. So that's the review of this team. Now we'll move on to Wengs, and he said, I'm not sure if Foden counts as a member of Start 11, so I prefer Wijnaldum for match day 1. I also believe that Turkey will be the surprise team of this Euro, so I hope that Yilmaz will score some goals. Okay, let's get in, and this is the 4th team. Let's make this a bit smaller. Okay, it just won't go smaller for some reason. We'll move this up. Okay, so Schmeichel in goals. Yeah, solid goalkeeper. Expected to keep clean sheets. And of course they play Finland. You have Denier, Kyer, Hintriger and Bonucci. Solid defence. The fixtures are very favourable here. You have Berardi, Insigne and Fernan Torres. Nice midfield, Yilmaz, Depay and Lukaku. I really like this team, it's very solid. I'm not too sure about Yilmaz though. Italy are keeping lots of clean sheets lately, and you possibly could go for a few other options here. He's 8 million. We'll have a look in a second. And your subs, Pepe, Wijnal, Soucek and Simon. That's Wijnaldum, sorry. Yeah, it's actually a very strong squad. It's well balanced as well. I wouldn't make many changes. I would look at Yilmaz to replace him, as I think Italy will keep a clean sheet here in their first game. Your captaincy is on Insigne, so that's perfect as they play first game, and you can change as you go. Your team is set up correctly to make substitutions, so I would just look at other striker options for replacing Yilmaz. So price up to 8 million. And forwards. So we'll just get it up now. So of course Yilmaz is top. Moreno, I don't think he's nailed at the moment for Spain. Pukki, he got lots of goals in qualifying. Rebic, I'm not sure if he's nailed. Giroud, Benzema's injury, he could be starting, but of course they're in the group of death. Isaac for Sweden, can't see them doing much against Spain. De Jong, Arnautovic, I would possibly replace Yilmaz with. I think he should be fit for this game, and they play North Macedonia. He's one of Austria's main men, and probably on penalties as well. So I will probably replace Yilmaz with Arnautovic here, and you will spare yourself an extra 1 million as well. So you could upgrade your defense or midfielders as you like. So that's the review of that team. Now let's move on to our next team. And we have Nicholas Wenby. He said Melhail or Pau Torres. Worried about tripling up on Denmark defence, Jorginho on pins or Berardi, the more attacking option. Okay, let's have a look at this team. So it's team 4. Let's get into it. Hold on, this team was just up. So it's 5. Sorry about that. Yeah, this is it. So let's get a zoom in. We've done Amore in goal, Denier, Collier and Mile High. You said Mile High or Pau Torres. You do have 3 Denmark players at the moment, including Schmeichel on your bench here, Collier and Malhail. So I probably would go with Pau Torres instead of Malhail. Malhail, is he nailed on as well? Whereas Pau Torres is nailed on for Spain, and the triple Denmark defence is a danger as well. They are expected to keep a clean sheet, but I would just add Pau Torres in instead. Moving on to the midfield, you've Jorginho, Alaba, Carrasco, Mount and Shaqiri. I like this midfield actually. They're all under 7 million, and they're good options. Of course, Jorginho on penalties, but I possibly would replace him with Berardi maybe, as he's more attacking. Depay and Lukaku up front, very dangerous striking partnership. And of course on the bench you've Ronaldo, Cancelo and Wijnal. You are set up correctly, and you have the correct captaincy options going by the days. Now I possibly would looking at replacing Jorginho. I would possibly, let's just get in Jorginho here. course, he's 6 million. Now, we'll just look at players for 6 million in the game. Midfielders to replace Jorginho. Look, Jorginho, of course, is a great player, but he's very defensive, and the only goal threat is probably going to be from a penalty, which in this game is not good enough. So, of course, here are the options. Just getting back into your team there. Yeah, you have Alaba, Carrasco, Mount Shaqiri, and Jorginho. So I wouldn't touch. They're very defensive, the top few, and they're picked by a lot of people as well, which is surprising. But the pick I would choose here is Berardi. I will replace Jorginho with Berardi. They're the exact same, 6 million each, and Berardi is way more attacking. He's down as a midfielder, but he actually plays on the right wing. And I probably would add Pau Torres instead of Malhail as well, just as you have 3 Denmark defenders, and it could be a danger. And of course you can bring in Ronaldo and Cancelo and Wijnaldum, depending on how all these players go. So it is a solid team, and I would just take those changes on board. Now we'll move into the next one, and it's Gary Comley. Went with a budget defence and went heavy on attacking players. Took a risk with the Turkish striker. Should I balance it out, or is it worth the risk with the budget defence and goalkeeper? Let's have a look, Gary. It's 6, of course. It's quite slow at the moment. Okay, it's up. So here it is, Gary. You've Kahir and goals, of course, for Turkey, and they play on the first day. Denayer, Kahir, and Pau Torres. Yeah, it's a cheap defence, 4.5 million, but they're all nailed on starters here, and lots of people are choosing a cheap defence. Jota, Mount, Ferran Torres, and Bruno Fernandes. Of course, the first time I've seen Jota in a while in drafts, and Jota looked dangerous last night in their friendly game. He probably should have chipped in with a goal or assist at least, but he did get in lots of dangerous positions, and I like that pick. Mount, will he start for England? He should, but he's not nailed on at the moment. Ferran Torres and Bruno look very dangerous last night as well. You have Yilmaz, Lukaku, and Kane. Like I said with one of the early people, Yilmaz, I possibly would change him for Arnautovic, as I can't see Turkey scoring against Italy. Italy's defence is incredible at the moment, and you have no Italy defender either. I would try to get one in, Spinazzola maybe, or Florenzi. They're both attacking left and right backs. Of course, your team is set up correctly, going by substitutions, but just on the captaincy option, I would put it on Yilmaz if you're keeping him, as he plays first. And if not, of course, it's perfect on Lukaku, because he is playing on Saturday. Alioski, of course, be on penalties for North Macedonia. Wijnaldum and Nego, you probably just have him as a budget option to spare some cash. If you plan on using him, I was planning on upgrading him, but if not, that is perfectly fine as well. So there you go, guys. That's just 6 teams I've reviewed. Sorry about that. I will get through more of them. I will make part 2 and 3 of this video. There are just lots of teams to get through here. And if you like this video, please give a subscribe. Don't forget to like, and I'll be back with more Euro 2020 content. Have a good day.